It'll be Morris and Johnson going to lead the field to the green flag. And it's showtime for the Sportmods. Johnson going to try to dip to the outside. It's going to be Morris on the bottom. He's going to rock it off down turn number 2 with Johnson until we got him battling out right behind him. 2, 3, 4 wide. There comes Caden Woody. Look up on the top side. It's El Canelo and Jimmy Davey as Woody makes a little bit of contact with the number 3 of Hudson Morris. Meanwhile, back out front, he's going to set sail, hopefully, for a main event win number 2 on the tours. He is down the back straightaway. It is Miles Morris. Jesse Johnson back there in second. Of course, your 2023 Deuce the Club's Thunder Raceway champion as he heads down in second. It'll be El Canelo, Jimmy Davey in third in that 144. And, of course, the youngster Hudson Morris in that number 3 as he's in fourth, with Josh Cordova now up to 5th. Got a car turned around over here off at turn number 2. That's going to bring out our caution lights here for your main event for your Sportmods. That looks like Braden Whitfield coming to a stop over there in turn number 2. This may be Braden's first time behind the wheel. Your freezing performance, IMC Northern Sportmods, and we are back underway. Davey with a nice jump to the outside. He's going to move into that second spot as Hudson tries to dip underneath Johnson off of turn number 2. Not able to make it happen. Here comes the charge of Casa Grande, Arizona racer Eric Weinmiller. He's going to flip the top side, let the right rear eat the cushion here around the big 3/8. As he's going to move up into that 5th spot and looking for more. Tyler Johnson on a roll as well. He's going to dip down the bottom side, see if he can make his way forward into the main event as they head down the back straightaway. They're starting to shuffle themselves towards the front of the field. Meanwhile, back out front, going to kind of set on cruise control, or autopilot in this case. It's Miles Morris, 1.40 second gap back to Jimmy Davis. He's well out in front of the field. We got a battle back there for 5th, 6th, and 7th. We got a car hard to the outside crash wall. That is the 44 of Weinmiller, so he lost 2 spots right there. Going to try to dig it right back up, not able to do so, as both Caden Woody and the 75 of Tyler Johnson get back around Weinmiller after that mistake off of turn number 2. Woody's now going to take up the top side, see if we can make it help as well. As meanwhile, back out front again, like I said, he's got it set on autopilot. He's got 6 in, 14 to go. It's Miles Morris. Caden Woody seems to have the handle and come back on that car. Is both him and Tyler Johnson going to try to make their way back forward. They may be, the only thing may be able to save them is they're going to need a caution flag. We got heavy smoke out of the X car. That is Sean Keeley. He was currently in that 3rd spot, but unfortunately looks like some telltale smoke of some sort of mechanical issue. And it looks like he's off the pace here off at turn number 4. And it looks like a broken suspension in the rear. It looks like he broke one of the panhard or track bars in that number X car as he'll bring him to a stop. And the caution lights will come on one more time. So 7 laps in, 13 laps remaining. It'll be Miles Morris, Jimmy Davey, Jesse Johnson, Hudson Morris, Caden Woody, Tyler Johnson, Eric Weinmiller, Josh Cordova, Frank Romo, and Joey McCullough, your current point leader, up into the top 10. So one more time, the caution lights are extinguished down the back straightaway as they head into turn number 3. It's Miles Morris out front. The rest of the field right behind him, 2 by 2 by 2. 7 in, 13 to go. Morris back underway. A little bit better start that time by the 7 of Johnson as he holds on to that 2nd spot. Hudson Morris, the big loser in that one. He went from 3rd all the way back to about 8th. Looks like something amiss on the number 3M of Morris as he's kind of just skating around the top side, falling to the rear of the field. Possible front tire, looks like right front flat tire, looks like on the number 3 of Hudson Morris. And the caution will fly one more time. the Speedway. Also got a car around over here in turn number 4. And 12 laps remaining. We're back underway. Morris on the charge again up on the top side. Davey going to try to dig down the bottom to catfish that 144. Johnson and Davey keep trading their good starting spots. As now Davey's going to take back over that second spot. Johnson's going to try to dive down the bottom right now. See if we get that second spot back. Not able to make it happen. Here comes Weinmiller. Even after that hard contact with the outside crash wall in turn number 2, he's still in that 4th spot with Caden Woody right there in 5th. Tyler Johnson right there in 6th. 7th is that 04 Jay of Cordova. Your current point leader McCullough's in 8th. 9th is Romo, and 10th is Keith Riley. Caden Woody able to get around Weinmiller that time off of turn number 2. He's going to try to set sail now for the rear bumper of a 7 of Johnson. That's Jesse in that 3rd spot. Meanwhile, back out front, it is still Miles Morris. Last time by 1.60. The gap back to 2nd with 8 laps remaining. Now it's going to crunch up a little bit higher to 2.167 seconds. Morris on the charge out front. He's going to come up on the lap car of the 60 of Darren Sage. Davey still solidly in 2nd, but here comes Jesse Johnson. Jesse Johnson has something to prove as he runs gets almost to the rear of Davey off of turn number 2 and going to be looking for more. Don't count out Caden Woody, the Malacca, Minnesota racer, on a charge. Trying to make his way back into the top 3. Right now he's going to be on the tech pad and going to kind of gain some of those valuable points to hopefully picking up the Tour Championship. As right now, one of the guys else in the top 3 is leading this race. That is Miles Morris out front. This time by, it'll be 4 fingers, 1 thumb. It's 5 to go for Miles Morris. Davey still runs 2nd. It's still 3rd is Jesse Johnson. 4th is Caden Woody. And the top 5 now is Eric Weinmiller is up into that top 5. Just a little over 3 seconds now as he heads down the back straightaway. It's Miles Morris as he heads down to turns 3 and 4 over Jimmy Davey. They do have a lap car between them as Morris right now crossing the stripe with 3 to go. That's Aiden Figueroa between Miles Morris and Jimmy Davey as they roll through turns 1 and 2. You got Dale Ottman on the bottom side right there, giving a little bit of a scare to Morris, but Morris able to maintain that top side momentum as he comes off turn number 4. This time by, it'll be 2 to go for Morris. Lap cars going to bind up your second, third, and fourth place cars as Davey's going to make the move down the bottom. Aiden Figueroa now in between them as Jesse Johnson's going to thread the needle between Figueroa and Caden Woody to hold on to that 3rd spot. Meanwhile, up front, white flag flies for Miles Morris. Davey still solidly in 2nd. Woody now starting to make a charge for that 3rd spot as he looks underneath Jesse Johnson. He's able to make the pass back out front off of turn number 4. Double checkers will be out. It'll be your winner, Miles Morris. Coming home 2nd will be Jimmy Davey. Caden Woody makes his way up to 3rd, and 4th, rounding out your top 4, will be Jesse Johnson. It's Weinmiller, Johnson, Cordova, McCullough, Morris, and Aromo, your top 10. So we'll head on down to Ed Whitehead's Tire Pros Victory.